So we are here today with Dr. Pat Williams. Welcome, and we're going to find out a little bit more about his Coaching the Global Village, which he is the founder of. So Pat, tell us a little bit about your original dream.
Well, I like that you said original dream because really the idea came to me as kind of an image or a vision at a workshop I was at in 2005 with my friend Peter Redding. He invited me out to San Diego for the Foundation for Inspired Learning, and the 15 of us from different professions sat around this training and what made an environment for learning inspirational. And then we were all supposed to come up with a bigger game. You know, what would we really like to be doing? And of course, mine in the field of coaching just popped up. I've been coaching executives since 1990, people who had the money to pay a good hourly fee or a monthly retainer for coaching. And I simply thought, hey, if it was great for them, wouldn't it be great if it could be offered or available to people who couldn't afford it?
Yeah,
And the idea of the Global Village came so that we could really reach out, almost like a Peace Corps sort of thing, and reach different aspects of the underserved of the world.
So true. Love that idea. So what was, everybody's got a great idea, but what was one of the first things you did to actually take that idea and move it forward?
Oh, that's a funny story. So I had this thought paper that I wrote. It was like a one-page, page and a half. And I thought, I don't know if this sounds like a really big, audacious goal, which is good. But I shared it with a few people, and I said, I don't know if this sounds like egotistical or pie in the sky or what. Would you please give me your feedback? So I sent it to about 6 people who I trusted. And a couple of them asked permission to send it on to somebody else, and I got this tremendous feedback from people. This is a great idea. Somebody wanted to be on my board. 2 people that were part of the Kellogg Foundation heard about it, and they wanted to be on my board. And then we got asked to present at the International Coach Federation Conference in Belgium. And I told them, I said, it's just an idea. And they said, that's it. We want you to have dialogue about the idea of taking coaching to the underserved of the world. So I guess the message is that don't keep it a secret. Don't keep it inside yourself. I shared it.
So that's really interesting. So one of the questions is, what support did you get? So it sounds like you got a lot of support and encouragement.
I really did early on. I mean, these 2 women that were part of AmeriCorps, or AmeriCoach, which is an organization that coached AmeriCorps, kind of the Peace Corps of America, wanted to be on the board, and they had their funding from the Kellogg Foundation. So the Kellogg Foundation became not a financial supporter, but we kind of looked at what they were doing with the Coaching and Philanthropy Project. And then a woman named Ruth Ann Harnish heard about me, who has the Harnish Family Foundation, very well known in coaching. She started the Foundation of Coaching. She's now funding Harvard's Institute of Coaching project. She liked the idea, and just by acclamation told her board she was going to have me be the first Global Visionary Fellow. So I got a grant of like $12,000 to just, she said, take the idea from my head onto paper, create a board of directors, have some training. So that's what I did with the first, we had 3 meetings of people I picked to be on the board of directors, and we did some pilot studies of the coaching approach, and it's moved on from there.
Wow. So, I mean, it sounds like everything kind of happened exactly the way it should, right?
Yeah, not the way I knew. I just kept, turning the corner and seeing what happened next.
What got in your way? What kind of things either got in your way now or got in your way at that point in time? It sounds like things were moving along very nicely.
That's a great point, because it was really, I was really optimistic in the beginning with this beginning grant, thinking I'd get more grants, and we did training and we researched the learning of the participants. But then getting funding has just been a nightmare for me. I'm a visionary. I always said this was a good idea. I didn't want to run the damn thing, So I've had lots of board members come and go. Most of them were in the coaching field. They weren't really the kind of board of directors I should have to really direct and fundraise. So I've gone back and forth on that. Coaching the Global Village has sustained itself through training dollars. So when we've gone to Ghana, Africa, or Cameroon or Haiti, we've gotten funding from the organization we train. Now it's been very much less than you would get in a corporate training,
Sure.
But we've done that, and then we've got a few donations here and there. So what's in the way is the sustainability. We just have never gotten the capacity building funds to hire a couple of staff and then grow it.
So when you really think about that, that sounds like it's an ongoing current issue for
it
you.
Is, right.
So it's not so much how did you overcome that, is you're kind of, sounds like
Right.
you're discovering how to
Right.
do that now.
Right. Yeah, we're beyond a startup organization, but we haven't moved with thriving organization. So people mention things like Kickstarter, like grant, but every time I think of a grant writer, somebody needs to do it for free until we get the money, or I need to find a rich retired executive who wants to donate their time.
Right.
And I don't have the time to really build it, or
Right.
I don't make the time, or I don't have the know-how. So we're at that point where I'm putting the feelers out, looking for who can almost take this over for me and let me just be the founder.
So it's sustainability.
Right.
We're really
Big
looking at
time. Yeah.
sustainability.
Yeah.
Did you ever feel like giving up?
Oh, I have. My wife has asked me every year, why are you still doing this? Because I haven't paid myself anything other than for a couple of trainings at a very minimal thing. I put hours in it every week, doing stuff here for the local school district with coaching. We've got other projects going on where ongoing things in Kenya, and we did a program in Haiti where we paid for the whole thing. So that's when I think of giving up. It hasn't leveraged itself into the ability to replicate what we've done. Like if Bill Clinton heard about it and wanted to give me $1 million, I'd be happy. But or somebody fill in the
Sure,
blanks.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so the purpose of this session is really to gather information from those in the field who are experts, and really to help inspire other coaches to connect their
Right.
abilities, their desires, their big ideas, similar to what you did, to make an impact into a wider community. So for those who may just have that idea,
Right.
like you did, what advice would you give them?
Well, share it. I think in today's world you can do Google searches and find out who else is doing something, put in the keywords, and then call people. I mean, collaboration is my middle name. So I have collaborated with other organizations. We've done trainings together. We've created a coaching skills toolkit in collaboration with the Center for Creative Leadership. So if somebody's got an idea, see if there's somebody who can join their idea. It's not going to serve the world of coaching, or it's not going to serve a program that might help the greater good if people are always doing it in their silos.
Sure, that makes sense. And what do you get from following your dream?
Well, at this point, I'm almost calling this volunteerism for me. I mean, someday maybe a grant will come and I can get paid for some time and maybe go see all the places that we've done trainings. But I just get a give back. I've been coaching since 1990. I've owned a coach training school. I've coached a lot of top executives as well as small business owners. And this, to me, the coaching I did in Africa with rural communities, and the coaching some of my trained staff has done in Haiti. I mean, I wasn't there, but hearing the results of that in Cameroon, I know that we've made an impact. And of course, what I know is if we've made an impact there, we could make an impact in 1,000 places.
Of course. So has your dream changed? What's your dream now?
Well, that's a good question. The dream now is really twofold. I think the emphasis for me, and probably because it's maybe easier to get funding, and also because one that I'm going to share is just really touching my heart, is going to be youth leadership development as a focus. Because I think youth leadership and all who champion youth, that's going to be about everybody. But instead of trying to get funding for having some village coaching program in Nairobi, Kenya, we can look at youth in Africa, maybe combine them with youth in America and do some exchanges like Rotary does, like other groups do, people to people, etc. But I want to have a focus on youth. And then the other part is a project I'm working on right now where we've trained 8 prisoners in a federal prison in the coach approach through the school I owned, Institute for Life Coach Training. But now we want to use Coaching the Global Village to help develop a film project, a documentary that will, by 2015, go to the film festival boards and find somebody who can distribute this film on the impact of a life coaching program in federal prison.
So it sounds like if you were to give advice to new coaches or coaches out there about dreaming, it's dream big.
Dream big. Dream out loud. I've actually got that on my office wall. Dream out loud. And I would just say the thing about the prison is something I never thought of. I mean, maybe in the back of my mind, but like my wife says, the coolest thing about this is the prisoner came to me. He wrote me. He said he was using my book. They were doing a group coaching thing, and we offered them the training for free. And I just got back from keynoting at the graduation at a federal penitentiary with 80 people in the room that were there invited by these 8 men. Now that to me is the biggest thing that's ever happened to me in 30 years of being a profession, a psychologist and a coach. And that wasn't what I expected. So if you dream big and dream out loud, the thing that comes to be the best may just surprise you with a big slap in the face.
I think that's great. I think that's great advice and definitely inspiring. So we're wrapping up now at the end. Is there anything else you want to share with others starting this journey?
Well, you know, in the field of coaches, I mean, this is for the group coaches who care. One time I was at a conference, I think it was maybe the ICF conference in London or the one before that, I can't remember, but they always say who's in attendance and the world globe lights up. We had people from like 124 countries that were in attendance. And I thought, if we could ever initiate on a certain day or a certain week, those 124 locations all went out and did some sort of community coaching function, we could make change in the world.
Sure.
You know, that combination of energy all at the same time would feel awesome. So that to me would be an exciting venture that maybe this group could do.
Well, excellent. So thank you for your insight and providing some inspiration to coaches around the world.
Thanks.
Thanks so
My
much.
pleasure.